Have you ever wondered about converting your TSP to a Roth IRA? If so, stay tuned for the next episode of the FERS Federal Fact Check. Hi, I'm John Raleigh with Plan Your Federal Retirement, and today we have a question from Gary. Gary writes, I'm about 65 and I make $125,000 a year working for the federal government. I plan to retire in 5 years when I'm 70. I want to convert a large part, maybe all of my TSP, which is over $500,000, to a Roth IRA, and I want to do it over the next 5 years in the most tax-advantaged way possible. When I take, say, $50,000 out of my thrift savings plan to put into my Roth IRA, can I use the 22% of that $50,000 to pay the IRS? Or do I have to put all $50,000 into the Roth IRA? Well, Gary, great question. And let's review some of the concepts here to make sure we're on the same page as I answer the question. When you think about it, when you're taking money out of your TSP, it triggers a taxable event. You mentioned that you're in the 22% tax bracket. So we just need to understand that right now, approximately $12,000 of that $50,000 you want to take out will be due in taxes from some source. So let's walk through this. If you're taking money out of your TSP to put into a Roth IRA, the process that works most efficiently is to take the money from the TSP to an IRA and then convert the IRA to a Roth IRA. That will be the cleanest way. As soon as the TSP will allow us to move from the IRA and the TSP to the Roth IRA, we can work it a little differently, but till that happens, this really is the best way, TSP to IRA to Roth IRA. With that being said, understand the money that comes out of the TSP is taxable to you. And what happens is, if it's not going back into the TSP or the IRA, then what happens is the taxes will be due. If that's the case, we need to make sure that on a $50,000 distribution in the 22% tax bracket, in the back of your mind, you have to have set aside $12,000 to be able to make sure you can pay those taxes. Okay, so it can happen one of two ways. You take the money out of the TSP. When it ultimately gets to the Roth IRA, then what happens is you'll either have $50,000, of which you'll have a $12,000 tax bill to pay, or you'll have $50,000 distribution. $12,000 will go to the IRS, and the $38,000 will go to the Roth IRA. Both of those processes will work, and both of those processes will allow you to get things done. What you have to remember is, what is the value or the time value of the money, or the difference between the $50,000 and the $38,000? And when will your break even be for paying the taxes, or paying the taxes up front and having only $38,000, or paying the taxes out of pocket or through another source that is preferably not taxable, to be able to make a whole $50,000 in the IRA and have that work more efficiently for you. So you can see, as we're looking through and working through this process, it's going to depend on your situation which way would work best and which way would be most efficient for you. You also have situations with market conditions and things like that, which can allow you to actually take $50,000 out, but it could be, if market conditions went down, like we've seen volatility most recently, then what happens is you could be taking out $50,000, but it was worth $60,000 6 months ago, and you move it over, convert it, and now all of a sudden it goes back to that $60,000, and actually you've converted a larger sum of money over the course of time when you're looking at it. With that being said, Gary, as you can see, it can get pretty complicated as we're working through this. So what I'd like you to do is, if you understand the concepts, that's great. If you don't, it's okay too. Hire a competent financial advisor to help you. If you'd like to work with us, we'd love to set up an initial consultation. This way I can answer your specific questions. So go ahead and go to our website, planyourfederalretirement.com. And until next time, happy planning.